Hello, YouTube subscribers, Patreon patrons, fans, supporters, followers, and generally anyone who happens to. Whoa, that's loud! Generally anyone who happens to stumble across these videos. Welcome to another edition of Sketchbook Tours with me, Johnston Blackhorse, and this is a continuation of last week's video with this same sketchbook, and we'll just start it off. So this is where we left off last week, just a brown pencil sketch, and I talked about brown pencil sketches and what have you. Or not brown pencil sketch, just like different color pencil sketches, like color erase pencils come in a variety of different colors, and I just recommend that you pick up a few and just play around with them. It's pretty fun. I don't know if you want to get a closer look at some of these. Oh hey, it's a weird bird type face. Anyway. Looks like me playing around with maybe some storyboard concept art, or was it compositions? Storyboard compositions, yeah. And just a rough sketch drawn over with some inks. More brown pencil sketches. Just some other random sketches, just loose art, some sort of like a dynamic pose study, arm study, another dynamic pose, just focusing on muscle structure. This is an inked sketch. It looks like Sharpie. Just judging from some of the line weight and some of the ink texture you get from just playing around with Sharpies, and I think this might be a fine tip Sharpie that I used in drawing some of like his jacket or whatever he's wearing. And it looks like I just continued playing around with it. This sketch looks like just playing around with just the heavy. Oh shoot! What is that? I had it in my mind a little while ago. Oh, heavy contrast. Kind of like a little bit like Frank Miller-esque, but yeah. More brown pencil sketches. Face studies. Looks like I was trying to make some sort of a sticker or symbol design right there. And female figure study. Looks like a ballpoint pen. Yeah, I like to sketch with like ballpoint pens a lot. Just a regular pen like this. You can buy like whole packs of these, and like I remember once I just went through a whole box of pens like these. They weren't these. They were more like shoot, where are they? Nope. Something like this here. They're similar to this, but they weren't these. But it's close enough. But yeah, I went through a whole box of these once, just like messing around with pen sketches. And like I said, like stated earlier in several other videos, it's just like a drawing with a pen and a pen alone, like it gets yourself in the mindset of just focusing on making less mistakes. And I highly recommend just playing around with just sketching in a in a permanent medium like a ballpoint pen or just maybe a fine tip marker. I might start doing some like videos in which I just start playing around with markers and such and ballpoint pens just to maybe do like a let's draw or something. Like I've somewhat did that before in a previous video, like with the whole Santa Claus riding a T-Rex, and it was like made as an argument to the court to debunk some of their erroneous beliefs. But I got a comment stating that I should probably like just do more of those videos because individual like found that pretty interesting. Who was that? I hold on. Let me just look that person up really quick. I believe it may have been a person by the name of Skullhead. Yeah. Yeah. It was individual by the uh, handle Skullhead NG who has followed me on DeviantArt, and he suggested I do more of those videos just to do let's draws, just drawing like any like maybe commissions and such. But I stated, or I told him like I probably like do that with maybe one of the auction sets that I usually release. I really like the sketch here, like a pretty dynamic sketch, just a facial structure and everything. It's just a really extreme expression. It looks like he's either turning into like a vampire or a werewolf. It's pretty neat. I enjoy like sometimes I enjoy looking through some of these old sketchbooks just to see how far I've come, but like sometimes there's like little gems here and there. I like the contrast in those headphones right there. Sorry, that's not too clear. Like the closer I try to get to the camera, the more out of focus it gets, but that's as clear as it gets. And let's see, what was I saying? Yeah, like I'll probably do like a let's draw, just like featuring like drawing one of my furry auction pieces from beginning to end, and just showing you some details or whatever, like my process of how I go about it. And I also got a request to do like how I do backgrounds. I wonder if I have that example on hand. Skullhead NG also stated that there it is. He was pretty impressed by the background that I have here in this particular piece, and just wanted to know how I went about making this background. And the specific question he asked is like, how do you get how do I get my characters to mesh so well with the background here? And as you can see, it seems to utilize a 4-point perspective. The female characters in the foreground follow a 1-point perspective, as like you can see here, like they're somewhat tilted toward the camera, and the vanishing point for them would lie somewhere closer to their feet, or just like vanishing, like the vanishing point would be like somewhat beyond the bottom of this piece. And as that's the point perspective that they follow. And as for the backgrounds, like follows like a somewhat of a 4-point perspective in a way, or a 3-point perspective. Like the one vanishing point, the main vanishing point that everything seems to like just kind of collapse into, is right around in this general area. And then I have 2 other vanishing points off to the side, just more or less eyeballing it, just roughing it out. Just have all these buildings just kind of like swooping off to the side here, if you can see by my gesture. And at the same time, like as the ground comes this way, like you get the sense like everything on the ground here still somewhat follows the point perspective that these girls are kind of like drawn into. So in a later video, like I'll go over my process of how I went about like creating this one piece, and just somewhat show you the step by step, and hopefully you'll gain some insight or some knowledge or some technique from my explanation of that. But we'll save that for next time. But anyway, those are some suggestions that were given to me through via DeviantArt from Skullhead NG, and thank you for those suggestions. Like sometimes I just kind of like run out of ideas of what to what to explain in my artwork, because just thinking of like what do people want to see, you know, like me as an artist, like I already know how to like draw more or less everything that I need to draw. Oh, here's an interesting background. We were just talking about backgrounds. I don't know if you could see that, but got some fence posts right here and dirt road here. Looks like there might be a bit of a puddle here. These look like tall grass or something, and then you have a cabin in the background with the clouds. And as you can see, like everything just seems to like collapse into like the one like point perspective right here. But yeah, thanks to Skullhead NG for giving me some future ideas of what to cover in future how to art videos. So I'll be writing up like somewhat of a lesson plan, and like figuring out how to execute that once the time comes to do so. Another set of loose sketches. Doing like primate faces is pretty cool. Like sometimes I'll just do them from time to time, and just to get like a throw some like expressions on like either primate faces or like animal characters and such. And doing exercises like that also like helps with like some of my furry art that I do, as some of you may see. These look like they were done in ballpoint pen again, but yeah. I guess this is a zombie because he's saying brains. Guy pointing a pistol. Just some more really rough like pen sketches. More pen sketches. Yeah. Like I've had like various artists tell me, like not online, but just like artists that I know personally, more or less give me crap, just like saying that they oh, some of these sketches are embarrassing. But yeah, like a lot of the ballpoint pen sketches that I do, like oh, okay, that's not too revealing. All right, but this is a pencil sketch, just letting you know. But they'll get after me, like just like complaining that they hate the fact that some of my pen sketches look like pencil sketches, and it just like bugs them to no end. But yeah, it just comes with a lot of practice and playing around with the medium and just getting used to it. And this is another pencil sketch. It's all pencil, just a caveman here, and looks like a type of an orc-ish character, and some sort of mountain lion, puma, I don't know, random face down here. And this is just the big face right there. This is a pretty cute sketch of just a random chick out of my head. She looks pretty nice. What do you guys think? Looks like she's giving a lecture to somebody. Oh, hey. More cute ladies. I'm trying to make it look like she's bending down with her hands on her hips. I hope that comes across. Like, I can see it. Like, just because I know what I'm trying to get across in my drawing. But usually, like, when you're trying to view your pieces objectively, like, other people will perceive your artwork differently, and you can't, like, display or relay the idea you have to somebody else through a rough sketch, because it is only you yourself that knows your intent of what you are trying to depict. So a lot of people, like, who are unaware of the idea that you have in your head, like, will usually have a hard time trying to decipher the sketches that you're trying to make. So whenever someone comes across your artwork and just like asks you what you're attempting to draw, like asking like, oh hey, what's that? That's a cool drawing. Like, what is it? What is it of? Like, don't get too discouraged, just because it's the fact that even when you're in the process of drawing, it's like an unfinished idea, and an unfinished idea, like, to somebody else, is just going to look so foreign to them, because it's only you yourself that knows the idea that you're trying to convey. So in that, it's like you just have to keep pushing forward. Just put all your uh, discouraged feelings aside, and just I guess just strive to, like, push through that discouraged feeling and emotion, and just um, continue creating. Yeah. I don't know if what I'm trying to say makes any sense or whatnot, but I guess just take whatever I have to say, and if you can gain something from it, that's a plus. Here's, I guess, a rough sketch of me just talking to myself. Am I insane yet? Yes, you are. Shut up, me. You don't know. Female face sketches, all done in pencil. Female form study, like not drawing any, like, well, not really nude or uh, clothed or detailed or any way whatsoever. It's just like a study to just like find the curves, the female curvature, and get that point across that, like, it's a female figure. And this is just like another study in just trying to um, fine tune that detail and fine tune that muscle memory that can depict the figure that you're trying to display on a piece of paper. Oh, sweet! Yeah, Babelicious! Woo! And there's just some crummy guy right here in the middle here. But yeah, like drawing ladies is fun. And this looks. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. There's a guy just kind of like flipping through the air. He's got a spray can, and looks like a dude on the ground here, just like looking up, shielding his face. And then another guy looks like he's reading a book or something. Exclamation point, just like looking up at this guy like, WTF. man. Other than that, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Alright. Looks like I was trying to make some sort of like Iron Eagle type emblem or something. But I think I know what this was for. It was for like a joint project I was trying to do with a high school friend of mine. And he wanted to make somewhat of a independent film company. Well, like I guess the best way to um, explain is that he was trying to make his like own like Vine type website where people could submit like independent like short movies. But I guess it's somewhat like Vine, but like people submitting like their own short films, like more of a conducive or complete like storyline type thing. And I think this was going to be the kind of like the logo for that. And I guess how many more pages do we have? We're a little past the 20-minute mark, but since we don't have much left to go, just we'll just go ahead and complete this the sketchbook. Skulls! Looks like just a whole bunch of like maybe a Halloween themed page here. You got like a creature from the Black Lagoon, you got a dragon, you got a skull head, you got a werewolf, you got Frankenstein's monster, you got a vampire, and the Bride of Frankenstein. Wait, the Bride of Frankenstein's monster, or is that the Bride of Frankenstein? Like that title's confusing. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, never mind. More random loose sketches. TV, padlock, faces, some lizard type creature, some lady with a spear or harpoon. Who knows? Never completed it. Ooh, got a random sketch of a cocky looking dude, somber looking chick, and then something macabre. You got like a woman here holding an infant baby with looks somewhat of a visage of death talking into her ear, and maybe attempting to make some sort of deal or trade with her. Could be a potential like creepy story behind that. And here's another female figure drawing, just a figure study. More female figure studies. A loose sketch of a face. Ooh, action poses. 2 guns, pistols, and yeah. Babes, guns, and bullets. Yes. More ladies with weapons. Lady backside, 2 hatchets. Female character holding a pistol. And just lady's intense face, gaze, or whatever. All right, that concludes another sketchbook of Johnston Blackhorse's sketchbook tours. That's another one down, and I don't know how many more to go. I have all these sketchbooks, but I've never bothered to count them. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, hit that thumbs up. If you want to see more, continue like receiving updates or whatever, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you want to support more videos and such of this nature, and support more content, videos, and art from me, like consider becoming a Patreon patron. I'll leave a link in the description below. Check out my Patreon page. If you like what you see there, go ahead and click that become a patron button. If Patreon isn't your thing, I also have a GoFundMe account. And if you want to learn more about me and my story, like leave a link to my blog, Johnston Blackhorse, the one and only. And I'll also leave links to my various art forum websites or accounts such as DeviantArt, Furfinity, and Inkblade. And leave all that stuff in the description below. And yeah. Oh, and I also release these videos on a weekly basis, or at least I attempt to. Sometimes I get a little lazy or just somewhat a bit sidetracked or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so do all that stuff, and I guess I'll check you guys next week. See ya.